All rise.
Good evening, everyone. We'll call the City Council to order at 8 o'clock on Monday evening, January 9th, 2023. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. We have 17 items on this evening's agenda, and I will ask the clerk to please read agenda item number 1.
From City Council President Ossing, introduction of new police officers and recently promoted members of the Police Department for the City of Marlborough.
So I'll ask the chief to come on up. This is very exciting. We haven't had 8 new officers at one time in a while and 4 promotions. That's really good. Chief, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, sir. Hopefully this will be the shortest agenda item tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Good evening, President Ossing, City Council members, and all members of the public. I'm here this evening to introduce the newest members of our department, as well as our newly promoted officers. Currently, our department has 52 patrol officers and 17 command officers. And although it has been a struggle over the last year to kind of keep our staffing up to the levels it should be at, having these officers join our department kind of is helping us definitely get back to that level. For our 7 newest officers, each officer recently completed a 23-week police academy. 3 officers attended in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and 4 officers attended in Boylston, Massachusetts. The officers will now begin a 10-week field training program where they'll alternate through the evening shift, the midnight shift, and the day shift, just to have an entry or a viewpoint to each shift as they move on. So starting off, without further ado, Officer Brandon Cardy. Officer Cardy was raised in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, where he previously employed with the town's DPW department as an acting foreman in the highway department. He's a graduate of Worcester State University and holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Officer Cardy served as a platoon leader in the academy and will be a nice addition to the department's intramural hockey team, from what I'm told. Officer Patrick Cragen. Officer Cragen was raised in Pepperell, Massachusetts, and previously worked as a software salesman. Officer Cragen is a veteran of the United States Army and served as an infantryman during his time in the military. He attended Westfield State University, where he earned a bachelor's degree. Officer Cragen also had the honor of welcoming a new baby to his family during week 3 of the academy. So if it wasn't challenging enough, a new baby at home added to the difficulty of balancing the academy and home life. Officer Matthew Curran. Officer Curran was born in Russia and raised in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. He worked for the last 2 years as a corrections officer in Concord, New Hampshire. He's a graduate of UMass Lowell and holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Officer Curran is interested in learning new languages, currently speaks Spanish, and has also studied Russian and Arabic. Officer Michael Donnelly. Officer Donnelly comes to our department by way of his hometown in Stamford, Connecticut. Officer Donnelly was previously employed as a tile contractor and is now relocated to central Massachusetts. Officer Donnelly is a graduate of the University of New Haven and holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Officer Georgia Kramer. Officer Kramer was raised in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, and previously worked as a jail diversion clinician for advocates. Officer Kramer earned a bachelor's degree as well as a master's degree from the University of New Hampshire. Officer Kramer's expertise and experience in assisting members of our community who struggle with mental health issues as well as substance use disorders make her a valued asset to the department. Officer Leandro Linz. Officer Linz comes to our department as a lateral transfer from the Tufts University Police Department. Officer Linz is a native of Brazil and came to the United States when he was 19 years old. Officer Linz grew up in Lowell, Massachusetts, and currently speaks Spanish and Portuguese. His ability to speak multiple languages and his hard work have made an instant impact on our department on the midnight shift where he's currently assigned. Officer Jeremy Schold. Officer Schold was born and raised in Millbury, Massachusetts. He attended Westfield State University, where he earned both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in criminal justice. Prior to accepting a position with our department, Officer Schold worked as an armed security officer at a Worcester hospital. Officer Nicholas St. Jean. Officer St. Jean is a native of Putnam, Connecticut. but holds some ties to the Marlborough area as his wife's family were former Marlborough residents. Thankfully, his in-laws were able to convince him that our city would be the best place to start his career as a police officer. Officer St. Jean holds a bachelor's degree in business from Assumption College and shared the same distinction as Officer Cragen, and he too welcomed a baby girl during week 2 of the academy. In addition, I'd also like to recognize 4 current officers who were promoted during the year 2022 to command level ranks. Sergeant Scott DeCiro. Sergeant DeCiro has been a Marlborough police officer since 2001 and holds a bachelor's degree from Northeastern University as well as a master's degree from Western New England University. Sergeant DeCiro has served in the community policing unit and he is currently assigned as one of the supervisors in the investigations unit. Sergeant DeCiro has been recognized within our department as well as other municipal communities for his work on several serious criminal investigations by using his forensic and investigatory skills. Sergeant David Monty. Sergeant Monty has been a full-time police officer in Marlborough since 2017 and holds a bachelor's degree from Franklin Pierce University. Sergeant Monty had previously served as a field training officer on the evening shift, and since August of 2021, Sergeant Monty has served as an acting sergeant for the department where he gained valuable experience and developed excellent leadership skills. Sergeant David Watkins. Sergeant Watkins has been a full-time Marlborough police officer since 2018 and holds a bachelor's degree from Salve Regina University. Sergeant Watkins has served as a member of the investigations unit and for 2 years was assigned to the Metro West Drug Task Force, where he participated in numerous narcotics investigations with officers from Natick, Framingham, and Ashland. Sergeant Watkins' leadership abilities as well as his experience is valued by the junior officers and other supervisors with whom he works on the midnight shift. And lastly, Lieutenant John Graham. Lieutenant John Graham has been a police officer in Marlborough since 2001. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2017. Lieutenant Graham holds a bachelor's degree from Anna Maria College as well as a master's degree from Western New England University. Lieutenant Graham has enjoyed working the midnight shift for the majority of his career and has been in charge of the department's field training program since 2017. Lieutenant Graham has been a steadying influence on the overnight shift, which often features many of the department's newer and younger officers. So on behalf of the entire department, I'd like to welcome all our new officers and congratulate our newly promoted officers as well.
Hey, well done, guys. Right, before we let them go, family members, if you need to get pictures, you can come down here if you want. If you couldn't get good ones up there, you're welcome to come down to get them down here on the floor. But I want to welcome each of you to Marlborough, and for our existing command officers, thank you very much for stepping up and moving up to the next ranks. We wish you guys all safe work here in the city, wish you a long tenured career here in the city, and nothing but safety and the best for you. So again, on behalf of the City Council, we're extremely proud to have you on the Marlborough's police force and look forward to you have a very safe and productive career. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, guys, thank you. If you want them each give them a 10-minute speech now or no? Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. All set? Yes, sir. Okay, we'll move on with our agenda with agenda item number 2.
Organization of the City Council for 2023.
Okay, councilors, so just to reset the clock for some new councilors and from returning veterans, we'll be electing 3 positions: pro tem, council president, and vice president. We do the annual election of president per Chapter 50, Section 59 of our charter. So that's why we elect annually the president position. So with that, I'm going to now open up the nominations for the election of City Council President Pro Tem. Council Landers.
Thank you, Mr. President. I nominate Council Dumas as President.
The name of Council Dumas has been presented for nomination as President Pro Tem of the City Council by Council Landers. Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, I close the nominations. The clerk will now call the roll. And I again remind you, you're voting for an individual, so it's not a yes or no vote, it's the individual's name.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Irish.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Landers.
Council Dumas.
Councilor Navin.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Wagner is absent. Councilor Oram.
Counselor Christian Dumas.
Councilor Pearlman.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Doucette.
Ward 3, Counselor Christian Dumas.
And Councilor Brown.
Councilor Dumas.
10 for Councilor Dumas, 1 absent, sir.
Councilor Dumas has received 10 votes and is elected President Pro Tem of the City Council for the term 2023. Congratulations, Councilor Dumas. Congratulations, sir.
Hello. Nominations are now in order for the election of City Council President for 2023. For any nominations? Councilor Landers.
I nominate Councilor Ossing for President.
Are there any further nominations for the President of the City Council? Hearing no further nominations, I declare nominations closed. The clerk will now call the roll for the election of the City Council President.
Councilor Oram.
Counselor Michael H. Ossing.
Councilor Brown.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Doucette.
Counselor Ossing.
Councilor Navin.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Irish.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Pearlman.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Landers.
Council Ossing.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Wagner is absent. 10 votes for Councilor Ossing, 1 absent, sir.
Councilor Ossing has received 10 votes and is elected as President of the City Council for 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Okay, elections for, nominations are now in order for the election of the City Council Vice President for the year 2023. Councilor Pearlman.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to nominate Councilor Katie Roby for Vice President.
The name of Councilor Roby has been presented for nomination as Vice President of the City Council by Councilor Pearlman. Are there any other further nominations for Vice President? Seeing none, I declare that portion of the nominations closed, and I'll now ask the City Clerk to call the roll for the election of the City Council Vice President.
Councilor Landers.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Dumas.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Wagner is absent. Councilor Oram.
Counselor Katie Roby.
Councilor Brown.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Navin.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Ossing.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Pearlman.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Irish.
Councilor Roby.
Councilor Doucette.
Counselor Roby.
10 votes for Councilor Roby, 1 absent.
Councilor Roby has received 10 votes and is elected Vice President of the City Council for 2023. Congratulations. Just a couple notes. So I want to thank Councilor Dumas for stepping up as Councilor Pro Tem, and congratulate Councilor Roby for being elected as Vice President of the Council. I also want to thank the councilors for their support in electing me Council President to lead the council in 2023. You know, seriously, I'm honored and humbled by the support, so I'll continue to put my energy, effort, and enthusiasm into running the council, and look forward to working with each of you as we move Marlborough forward to exceed expectations to the city that we love to live, work, and play in. So some housekeeping items. Now I get to the boring part. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the City Council rules approved in 2022 to carry over into 2023. Anyone want to make that motion? Councilor Roby?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to adopt the 2022 rules of the council until such time as they can be reviewed.
Motion's made and seconded to carry over our 2022 rules into 2023. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The rules are carried over until, well, they're carried over 10-0 with one absent. Our next meeting will be January 23rd, and I'll issue the meeting schedule as well as committee assignments this week as well. So again, thank you very much, everyone, and look forward to a productive year on the City Council. With that, we get back to doing the business. Agenda item number 3.
Minutes of the City Council meeting, December 19th, 2022.
Councilor Dumas.
Move to accept and place on file.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Oh, no. Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are filed, 10-0. Agenda item number 4.
Communication from Councilors Ossing and Wagner regarding municipal aggregation December 2022 update.
Councilor Nabin.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Even though I do not have the honor of serving on this committee, I did want to take the shameless opportunity to highlight some of the good work that you and Councilor Wagner are doing on behalf of the residents. This letter really lays out how fortunate we are to be working on stuff like this, and how these contracts through municipal aggregation have really served the residents of Marlborough. So a couple of highlights: Marlborough residential electricity users participating in the aggregation program saved over $454,000 in the third quarter of 2022, and are expected to save an estimated $3.6 million in the fourth quarter of 2022. The 2022 projected savings to the residents is estimated to be approximately $5.7 million. And since the Inspire contract has started, electricity users participating in this program have saved over $6 million. The municipal aggregation program, since the beginning in 2007, residents have saved over $12.2 million, and people should be very happy about that. The one piece that I do want to highlight is at the bottom of this letter. I would encourage residents to see that, you know, with all good news, there's a little bit of clouds on the horizon. We are saving quite a bit of money due to the current basic rates that National Grid has. We have a 9-cent per kilowatt hour rate through our contract, and the current basic winter service rate is 33 cents per kilowatt hour. This contract ends in 2024, and it is not likely that we will see as competitive as a contract. And so we should be grateful that this work is being done, and we should relish the savings we are currently having, but people should just be aware that the energy markets are very volatile right now, and when we come upon a new contract, we may see a slightly different version. So we should be appreciative, but we should also be aware. And with that, motion to accept and place on file.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The communication is filed, 10-0. Agenda item number 5.
Communication from the mayor regarding an update on completed Department of Public Works projects.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to accept and place on file the communication, please.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file the communication from the mayor. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The communication is filed, 10-0. Agenda item number 6.
Communication from the mayor regarding a new library director, Sarah Belisi, replacing Margaret Cardello, who is retiring.
Councilor Dumas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to accept and place on file.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The motion is filed 10-0. Agenda item number 7.
Communication from the mayor regarding grant acceptance in the amount of $35,466.20 from the Regional Economic Development Organization's grant program awarded to the Marlborough Economic Development Corporation to be used for downtown improvements and to increase foot traffic.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve the grant.
Motion made and seconded to approve the grant. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The grant is approved, 10-0. Agenda item number 8.
Communication from the mayor regarding grant acceptance in the amount of $24,900.78 from the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security and the Department of Fire Services, awarded to the fire department to be used for the purchase of various equipment for the department.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve the grant.
Motion made and seconded to approve the grant. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The grant is approved, 10-0. Agenda item number 9.
Communication from the mayor regarding grant acceptance in the amount of $15,000 from the Mass Cultural Council awarded to the Marlborough Downtown Village Cultural District administered through the MEDC to be used to plan and support the annual food truck and artisan festival.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve the grant, please.
Motion made and seconded to approve the grant, and I will editorialize saying the MEDC has got us to double the grant. Last 2 years it was $7,500. We got $1,500, so well done. Motion made and seconded to approve the grant. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The grant is approved, 10-0. Agenda item number 10.
Communication from the mayor regarding proposed order to authorize a memorandum of understanding between the City of Marlborough and the Executive Office of Health and Human Services, Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, and the Department of Children and Families for transportation reimbursement.
Councilor Irish.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Director Doug Diaz for the information provided, outlining the opportunity for the city to receive reimbursement from the state. I'm in full support of this. Motion to approve memorandum of understanding, please.
Motion made and seconded to approve the order for the memorandum of understanding. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is approved, 10-0. Agenda item number 11.
Communication from the mayor regarding the appointment of Dylan LaForce to the planning board for a 5-year term to expire on February 1st, 2027, replacing Phil Hodge, whose term is expiring on February 6th, 2023.
Councilor Dumas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Refer to personnel.
Motion made and seconded to refer to the Personnel Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It's going to Personnel, 10-0. Agenda item number 12.
Communication from the mayor regarding the reappointment of Police Chief David Georgie as keeper of the lockup for a term of 1 year.
Councilor Dumas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to approve.
Motion made and seconded to approve the appointment as keeper of lockup for Chief Georgie. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Chief Georgie is approved for another year, 10-0. Agenda item 13.
Communication from the mayor regarding the appointment of Elizabeth Jolonsky to the Board of Registrars for a 2-year term to expire on April 1st, 2025, replacing Elizabeth Evangelos, whose term is expiring on April 1st, 2022.
Councilor Dumas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Refer to personnel.
Motion made and seconded to refer to the Personnel Committee. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It carries to go to Personnel, 10-0. Agenda item 14.
Communication from the planning board regarding favorable recommendation on the proposed zoning amendment to Chapter 650 zoning relative to certain provisions concerning mixed use and affordable housing, order number 22-100, 8721.
Councilor Roby.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to accept and place on file the communication.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file the planning board communication. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is filed, 10-0. Agenda item 15.
Communication from the Department of Public Utilities regarding petition of Mass Electric and Nantucket Electric, DBA National Grid, for approval of an alternative basic service procurement and pricing plan.
Councilor Brown.
Move to accept and place on file the communication.
Motion made and seconded to accept and place on file the DPU's communication. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? It is filed, 10-0. Agenda item 16.
Minutes of boards, commissions, and committees.
Mr. President.
Councilor Doucette.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Motion to accept and place on file the minutes of the boards, commissions, and committees.
Motion's made and seconded to accept and place on file all the minutes. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The minutes are filed, 10-0. 17.
Claims.
Counselor Pearlman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to send the claims to the legal department.
Motion made and seconded to send the claims to the legal department. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? The claims are going to legal 10-0. Counselor Dumas.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned at 8:25.